guys can all hear me okay. So I'm going to start off just quickly with I'll start in a new aircraft. So I'll select, and I'm going to go to a cold start. Now I've got a preset loadout in here, and as you can see, I've got this horrible head sight. Now I don't even like using it when I'm using stingers. I prefer not to have it up there. It just drives me crazy. But if I go to certain servers, there are some servers around that if you jump in a Kiowa, this head sight is there. And to me, I was never clear of how I could get rid of it except for having it turned off in the mission editor. And I've since found that there is actually a key binding for it. If we go into key bindings, and you'll see I've got them actually highlighted there. You'll find them in simulation only, and if you search PDU, it'll be there. Now I've got a binding on my HOTAS for it, where I switch between show and hide. And if we go back to the unit, right, we can flick between. But as you see, I used to see this and I'd go, yeah, that's no use. What's the point of having it? But if you flick around with it enough, you can actually get it to go in, from that's actually the show side of the button. And that is the hide side, but sometimes when you flick it, it doesn't hide. And that's what I was finding was you'd go, okay, well, there's hide. Well, it's not hiding. You go to show and it flickers around. So I was like, well, that's a useless binding. And it drove me nuts. But it's also a little bit more it's a little bit harder when it comes to a hot aircraft because quite often, I mean, now it's working, but it was flickering on the show side as well. Like it was. That's the show side, and then when you go to here, it was flickering on the hide unless you got it exactly right. But that seems to be working fine. Anyway. Just wanted to say that there is a way to get rid of it when you go to those servers that have this headset in front of you. And I think it's absolutely brilliant that I can not have that there and be able to load up stingers or load up Hellfires or APKWS or put the guns in APKWS or whatever I want on there and not have to have the stingers on, to have the headset up there on certain dedicated servers. Now, theoretically, that unit is still here, and I'm told, although I haven't noticed it myself, but the site still shows up. The ball, but that's okay. I don't care if that's there. I know that if I turn it on, I can turn the volume of that down to 0. As if I was to arm the unit, I think it's actually this thing here that turns it on. I don't use it, so I don't care. But anyway, and I just want to congratulate the work that's been done on Syria. This was I used to run missions out of this helicopter base all the time, and it was always pretty bland. But recently, with the latest updates to Syria, it is the nicest little place to play. As you can see, there's plenty of extra scenery and little bits and touches that make it like it's, if you get a few helicopters parked up, there may be 1 or 2 statics parked up, and a dudes running around on patrol duty or just, you know, whatever, this place looks really, really good. Congratulations with all the work that you have done on this. It's fantastic. And it just goes to show not only how far forward the third-party developers have come with their, you know, lifting their bar, but how far ED have actually pushed the envelope and made it possible for the third-party developers to, you know, do this kind of work. Now, name of the airfield, I think I cannot pronounce it, but Nakura. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't, probably not. But as you can see, it's a UN base, and just over the top here, this is really good because I did have a mission set up where all you did in a Huey or a UH-60 was ferry goods. So while it was having boats coming and going into this port down here, to this jetty, and I was get missions. Goods need to be moved from the jetty to the base, and you ferry some boxes. So you just get the boxes spawn up, and you sling load the boxes from down here at the jetty to back to the helicopter base. And you got, like, you could land there as well, and yeah, just brilliant. Anyway, that's all. I digress there. Anyway, I just love this scenery that they've done. The work that's been done on this it's the extra little touch that was needed for Syria. Really, I think at the moment, Syria map is probably one of the best, if not the best map in DCS at this particular time. And if you were thinking about whether or not to get it, you're still on the cusp of, should I get this? Yeah, go for it. Jump on it. It's a great map. It's got lots of detail. You'll enjoy, especially if you're a helicopter nut like me. You'll enjoy flying around this particular map because of the detail that's been pushed on the map. Anyway, just wanted to pop in, and I'm over the moon with finding that ability to turn off this chunk of stuff in front of you, because I've never used it. I don't like it, even for doing air-to-air sort of stuff. I don't like it, but the ability to turn it off is just like, it is fantastic, and I only just found it. Anyway, now I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll go at that.